What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Addict85, and we gotta talk about it. Gervonta Tank Davis versus King Ryan Garcia. Let's get into it. So big fight over the weekend, Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Now before we get into the aftermath and the results of the fight, let's just talk about how massive this actually felt. I felt like this sort of restored the feeling in boxing. Now they've been some big boxing matches in recent history. The Fury Wilder trilogy, those were big fights, but this just felt different, man. I felt like there hasn't been a buzz for a boxing match like this probably since Floyd and Manny. A lot of people felt like that really wasn't what it was supposed to be because it took them so long to get that fight done, but these were two extremely talented boxers, young men in their prime, and this just felt different. Like the streets were buzzing, social media was buzzing, everybody was talking about it, and it just felt good seeing boxing, in this sort of light, because it I don't know, man, like it just felt different. It just felt really, really good. So big up to those two gentlemen for just bringing that feeling and bringing that energy back into boxing. Now, before I get into anything else, I just want to put out a disclaimer. I'm no boxing professional. I'm not an expert. I've never boxed. I've never trained. I'm just a casual boxing fan. I've watched it since I was a little kid. I enjoy it today from time to time, but take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt. Again, I'm no expert. I'm just a casual boxing fan, but I do want to talk about what I saw in the fight. So round one, not a lot of activity, but Garcia was throwing that jab. He was working a little bit more frequently than Davis was. I felt like Davis was just sort of collecting information, taking the round, I wouldn't say taking the round off, but he just wanted to collect information, get a feel for what Garcia was bringing to the table. And Garcia, like I said, was just throwing that jab out, getting his feels as well. Both guys, not a lot of high activity, not a lot of things going on, but I did give that round to Garcia. Second round was totally different. Garcia came out extremely aggressive. I think his game plan was to throw Davis off, overwhelm him with shots, and give him a lot to think about in hopes of catching him with a big shot and dropping him. But it was working until it wasn't working, because we all know in that second round, Davis countered him, dropped Garcia, and he just was not the same after that. His game plan just completely got thrown out of the window because after that, I felt like he was just flustered. He felt timid. He looked timid, and he sort of went back. He fell back to throwing the jab. He tried to, throw and sneak in that left hook, but Gervonta, supreme defense. He avoided it for the most part. Now, as the fight went on, I do feel like Garcia tried to do something a little differently. He saw that the left hook wasn't landing. We all know he loves his left hand. Gervonta knows he loves that left hand, and Gervonta was prepared for it. So I saw Garcia throwing that jab, and instead of throwing the left, he was trying to hit him with that right hook. It wasn't as successful, but I do appreciate the fact that he was trying to show he's not just a one-trick pony. He's not just all about that left hook. He has some other tools as well. But as the fight went on, I felt like Davis was taking control. After that drop in the second round, I felt like Davis won every round after that. You can maybe give Garcia the sixth round. I feel like Garcia probably won that sixth round, but in that seventh, we all know what happened. Body shot heard around the world. Drop Garcia, 10 count. He wasn't able to get up before the 10 count. Fight over. There you have it. I was shocked. It happened so quickly, I didn't see it in real time, but in the replay, you could see it. Perfect liver shot landed by Davis, and Garcia's body just gave out. He just couldn't take anymore. Now, I saw a lot of people saying that Garcia gave up. I did raise the question on Twitter. I tweeted, I said, hey man, I feel like the fact that he got up as soon as the referee got to 10, I do feel like he could have maybe gotten up a second or two earlier, but then you got to think about his decision making in that process. His body gave out on him. He probably could have gotten up before 10, but he was compromised. He was still in pain. He knew, the end was probably going to be inevitable. It was going to take more punishment, so he had to make a decision probably. Stay down, live to fight another day, or get up, take more punishment, probably get dropped again, probably get hurt. And I don't know, man. I'm not a fighter. I've never been in that situation, but those are the things I would assume is going on in somebody's head when they get hit with a shot like that. He knew he was compromised. He knew he wasn't going to be the same, at least in the short term, after a shot like that. And he didn't get up. As simple as that. Now, Twitter's going to talk. People are going to talk. But it is what it is, man. Those two are warriors. Big up to them. Great fight. I enjoyed it for as long as it lasted. And it is what it is, man. I would love to see them run it back again. I don't know if they're gonna run it back. This could be one of those trilogy fight things. Let's see if, let's say they fight again. Let's say Garcia happens to win. This could be something big. This could be one of those that goes down in history. Now, a lot of people are also gonna talk about the weight drain and the hydration clause affecting Garcia. I'm gonna say this, man. At the end of the day, those two are grown men. Contracts were signed. I didn't see a dehydrated shell of a fighter. Garcia was looking good up until that body shot. I'm not going to sit here and say that the dehydration and the weight drain affected him, but I'm not going to say it isn't. That's up to him to state his case and make his pleas, but he didn't make any excuses. He took it like a man. He gave Davis his respect. He said that Davis was a great fighter. He showed respect. He showed humility. And he showed a lot of class in defeat. So big up to Garcia, big up to Davis. Again, I would love to see them run it back. We'll see if, that comes to fruition down the line, but it is what it is. But where do they go from here? What's next for Tank Davis? I see a lot of people saying he needs to fight Haney. Another person that people wants to see fight Davis is Shakur Stevenson, and that'll be a great one as well. I even saw Stevenson tweeting, after the fight, letting people know that he's game, he's ready. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. But great fight. I enjoyed it. It felt good, again, seeing boxing in the limelight and in the headlines and in the forefront of the sports world. Hopefully we see some bigger fights down the line. Is this the biggest fight of the year? Like, do we have any other big matchups that are going to happen that we're looking forward to this year? Or is this going to be it? Is this the peak of the hype in boxing for 2023? Let me know in the comments. Tell me how you felt about this match. Let me know where you think Davis goes from here. Let me know where you think Ryan goes from here. Let me know how you felt about that body shot and what you feel about Garcia. Do you feel like he gave up? Do you just felt like he just couldn't take it anymore and, it is what it is and he lives to fight another day? Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. That's all I got for now. Peace.